Greetings everyone, I'm TJBChris, and I'm on this side of the camera. Woo. Tonight we're going to try something different, and I'm not on camera a lot, but I thought for this special, I'd like to do something a little different. I'd like to do something to kind of go over my collection, but I don't really do book report videos. Book report videos are, you know, this is a computer, it's got a Dorito for a processor, and it's got 2 nibbles of RAM. And it runs this software, and it was developed in Azerbaijan. I've never really felt like I was suited to it. A lot of other YouTubers really actually do a very good job of it and really do videos that are high quality, and well, this channel isn't exactly high quality. But I thought, well, maybe I can fix that a little bit, and maybe you'd like to see some of the machines you don't normally see on camera. So I thought my own unique way to do this would be to combine it with something else I love. And folks, that is cable television. This, if I can avoid knocking things over, is a Scientific Atlanta 8580 cable box. It's actually not. It's actually a Raspberry Pi and an Arduino, trying to avoid the reflection there, in the box, and I built a little custom board for the display buttons to make them work and the display changes and everything like that. But it was an 8580. And I was fascinated with all of cable television. When I was coming up, this box was really kind of coming into its own. It was really kind of the dominant technology in at least Scientific Atlanta systems. And I was fascinated with delivery, the head end, authorization, scrambling. I was also interested in the content. There was a lot of great content. And cable television in the late 80s and early 90s, well, it was finding its stride, really started to get good, but also still had some of that quirkiness that I had in the 80s when it was finding itself. And one of the things I really enjoyed as I put my cable box away was CVN, the Cable Value Network. And after QVC got a hold of them, I think QVC bought them, we went to QVC on my cable system. Small cable system, 1 shopping channel. So I thought, what better way to introduce my collection of systems to all of you and get myself in front of the camera than to introduce you to the TJB Shopping Network and TJBChris's Tandy Time, where all the computers are mine and none are for sale. The prices you see are the retail prices, whatever Radio Shack was selling it for when it was first listed in the catalog, if I could find it. And the eBay price is either the price I paid for it or whatever price I could find on eBay now. So I think last time I checked, a Color Computer 3 was going for about 400 bucks. Your mileage may vary. Anyway, so if you like this, I'll do it again for other machines in my collection. If you really like it, I'll do it for some of the non-computer Tandy Radio Shack stuff I have floating around. But without further jabbering, let's get right into the presentation. And folks, tonight's presentation is, as I mentioned, on the Color Computer 3. And I know what you're saying to yourself. You're saying, TJBChris, what's a computer going to do for me? I don't know anything about computers. I know nothing about them. They are foreign to me. And look at all the stuff you've got here on the table in front of you. It looks so confusing. It's so difficult. There's so much to choose from. I wouldn't know where to start. Well, folks, don't let this table fool you. I'm here to tell you that the Color Computer 3 is the perfect antidote to that concern, because the Color Computer 3 is the ultimate computer that you start with piecemeal. Buy these components over time. Go as your skills grow. Go as your budget goes. The Color Computer 3 offers you the opportunity to buy gifts for people over and over as you expand your system over time. Your children will love it. You will love it. A world of productivity, entertainment, and education. Education, folks, most important thing, is at your fingertips with the Color Computer 3. All in dazzling color, high-resolution graphics, and ease of use. It is unparalleled. And let's take a look at some of that ease of use right here. And I'm going to show you just the manuals. You're going to say, these are awfully thick. That doesn't look easy to me. But folks, for the casual user, you don't need to worry about that. You've got not 1, not 2, not 3, at least 4 different ways to get programs into the Color Computer. Those manuals may have looked thick, but you've got audio cassettes. You can purchase an optional CCR81 cassette recorder and load programs into your Color Computer and save data files that you create, or your own programs when you get to that point. You've got floppy disk drives, not shown. You've got modern products like the CoCo SDC, a floppy drive without a floppy drive. Get your disks from the internet, folks. Stick them in the cartridge port. We'll talk about that. It's that easy. All the software you need, but it gets even better than that. Your Color Computer can be a genius at filing, at budgeting, at playing games with this. This is the instant loading program pack, folks. Instant loading. Do you know what that means, instant loading? It means that when I turn the computer on, it instantly loads. And you can see I just turned it on. There's a program pack inserted into the side, and the program is already loading. I'll just let that roll while we're talking. But if you can see, folks, the Color Computer 3 has dazzling colored high-resolution graphics displays. Everything you need is on the Color Computer 3. And here the game's going to play itself a little bit. See dazzling color graphics, high resolution, 16 colors on screen at a time from a selection of 64. And I know what you're thinking. You said this was going to be a book report video. What does the Color Computer 3 do? What are its specs? Well, I'll get the specs out of the way, folks, because what really shows the Color Computer, what really sells it, is using it. You learn by doing, right? The specs are very simple, folks. The Color Computer 3 has 512K of RAM maximum. The base version you're going to buy has 128. That's 131,072 bytes, characters of memory. Enough to run almost all the software at this table. But that's not all, folks. The Color Computer 3 has a Motorola 6809 processor. You know what's a processor? The processor is just the brain, and you don't have to care about the rest of it except for a couple of important things. The Motorola 6809 processor is the most advanced processor for your 8-bit home computers. And, folks, most computers think one character at a time, 8-bit micros. The Color Computer 3 has processor capabilities to work with 2 bytes at a time. That's 16 bits. While most 8-bit microcomputers can only work with 8 bits at a time, the Color Computer 3 can work with 16. You might be saying to yourself, I don't even know what that means. All you can think is, it does more with less time. And that's all you need to know. That's all I know, because I'm a shopping network guy. Now let's take a closer look at the Color Computer 3. Let's take a look at how easy it is to use. Folks, for the sake of demonstration here, I'm going to power this off. I'm going to remove the program pack from the slot. And let's take a look at the Color Computer 3. Sleek, lightweight. You can see I'm just moving it around. Easy to use. The Color Computer 3 has color-coded keyboard function keys, clearly in white, nice gray soft keys for your regular typewriter keys and arrows, and a big red escape key to tell you, don't push me unless you mean it. And don't push me unless you mean it. Now, folks, the keyboard, let me see if I can get down so you can hear this, has a unique, satisfying sound and travel. A pleasure to type on, a joy. Let's take a look at the connections on the Color Computer, shall we? You've seen the Color Computer 3 with its optional CM8 monitor. This is the highest resolution monitor, but there is not one. There are not two. There are three different ways to connect your Color Computer to the display of your choice. Because, folks, you may not have the scratch for a monitor, another display. You might already have the display you need. That's your television, folks. So let's spin this around and take a look at how we can connect it. Because that very first connector you have, I'm just looking at my camera here, this connects it right to your television. The television you have now with the included cable set. You can get down to computing just by opening the box. Maybe you're a little better off than I was. Maybe you've got the scratch, the dough, the moolah for composite video connection, a dedicated composite monitor, or at least your TV was fancy pants enough to have a composite monitor. Well, folks, you've got that, and that gets you higher resolution, better clarity, better picture. Going down the rest of the line before we get to video, we've got a plethora of other connections here for your cassette recorder that I mentioned. We've got a serial I/O port for adding a printer or doing simple communications. And we've got joystick ports. Reset button for telling the computer, I don't like where I am, I want to start again. But it keeps the contents of memory. Whatever you've been working on is still here if you hit the reset button. Asterisk. And an easy in, easy out locking power button. TJBChris, you're thinking, where is that third display choice? Where's the CM8 plugged in? Well, folks, the best is on the bottom. The CM8 connects right here in this RGB connector built into the bottom of the sheen with a separate hideaway channel to protect the cable and keep it from being unnecessarily damaged while you're operating the computer, moving it around. This is a highlight of engineering, promoting longevity for your color computer investment. And I'm going to show you just how easy it is to connect to the color computer because I have to reconnect the capture device I just disconnected. And it's this simple. I'm just going to plug in my video and my audio, which admittedly won't work because my capture device is a piece of crap. I won't say what kind of piece of crap it is, but it is a piece of crap. Folks, let's take a look at the whole picture here. Look at this picture. Look at the plethora of things about you. You don't even know what's here. So much. Where do I start? What do I choose? Again, as I mentioned earlier, this is the machine that makes it easy for you to buy over time. Buy as your skills grow. You can be a computer novice, and by the time you've had the Color Computer 3 for a year, you'll be a computer genius. I guarantee it. The TJB shopping network does not guarantee that, by the way, because I can't guarantee the functionality of your brain, but I'm hawking something, so you guarantee it. Let's take a closer look at the Color Computer 3, shall we? Let's get a real close look at what's at this table. As you can see here, I mentioned the cartridge. This is the first of many ways to get software into the Color Computer 3, and that is the Instant Loading Program Pack. Instantly, your computer becomes a filing expert, a game-playing machine, a word processor, another word processor, easy, colorful manuals like the ones you see here document each of these programs. Again, to the manual set, 3 manuals for your different levels of difficulty. For the one who knows everything about computers and just wants to get to it by knowing what's special about the CoCo 3, your quick reference guide is where you start. For the people on the opposite end of the spectrum, I just want to use my color computer to get something done. Introducing your Color Computer 3 tells you how to hook it up, even gives you some sample things to type in to make it do stuff until you get loading those program packs, and tells you how to connect the optional cassette recorder. And for those of you who know less but want to know more, this is your book, the Extended Basic Manual. Those manuals looked thick earlier, but they're not that thick. And this one, as evidenced by the front, dancing computer cartoons, screams, barfs color. This manual has everything you need. Dancing computer cartoons, easy examples, everything you need to make computing easy and learn. If you don't find a program that meets your needs, folks, you go and write it. In addition, we've got CoCo SDC, which I've already mentioned. All these program packs, the optional disk drive not shown. If you want your software on 5¼ disk, but if you want to just get to using your color computer without the hassle of magnetic media, folks, this is the one for you. Maybe you're in between. You got the scratch for something, but you don't have the scratch for that. Well, folks, that's where, coming past the color computer, the CCR81 cassette recorder comes to play. Literally. Load and save all of your favorite basic programs, data files, your inventory from color file to whatever you like. You can even buy blank cassettes that look like reel-to-reels. Maybe your color computer needs to talk more than it does right now. Maybe you want advanced sound. Well, folks, the speech sound cartridge, also known now as unobtainium, is right here for your enjoyment, as well as a multitude of disk software and software on cassette, such as Color Math, the manual we passed by earlier, and of course, new software. Software actively being developed, such classic titles as Gunstar and 0 Hour. There are even books about the color computer. Look at this. CoCo, the colorful history of Tandy's underdog computer, a great book. Additional hardware available includes joysticks, folks, mice. The possibilities are endless. And that's what I really want to emphasize here. The possibilities are endless. You can do so much with the Color Computer 3 that it's practically limitless. In fact, I think it's about time we take a look at actually operating the Color Computer 3, right? Let's see, this is me trying to put my camera back on the tripod. Let's see what the Color Computer can really do. And something I didn't mention, everyone, is I plan to edit this as little as possible. The shopping network folks don't get a break, and neither do I. However, I'll need you to bear with me because I'm a one-person operation. I'm the camera guy, I'm the huckster, and I'm also the producer, and I've got a couple of tablets and phones around here with my cues on them. Let's hope I hit the right ones. Back to the Color Computer 3. You've seen the flexibility, you've seen the versatility, but have you seen the ease of use? Let's take a look, folks, at the Color Computer 3 in operation. And folks, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start the Color Computer 3 up without software. Simply turn on my screen, turn on my computer here, make sure I can see that the screen is on. I have to look back because the laptop's behind me here. And the first thing you're going to notice is a friendly, warm green glow. I heard somewhere that green is soothing. If you want the key to serenity, work with your Color Computer 3. The green screen will bring you joy and calming, relaxing feelings while you work with it. I mentioned the multitude of displays before, folks. The screen that's up here now is the 32-column screen, best for your television. If you're working with this on a regular color television, you want the 32-character screen. 32-character screen looks just fine and meets all of your needs. It even has the ability to emulate lowercase, though because of compatibility it does so in reverse video. But you can get true lowercase in this display. And if you use a advanced, easy-to-use operating system, such as Nitrous 9 Easy of Use, or any of the other advanced operating systems for the computer, should you decide to buy a CoCo SDC, you too can use lowercase on this screen. But let's take a look at a better screen for your monitor users. Maybe you weren't like me, you had the scratch for a composite monitor, or your TV had composite inputs. The 40-column screen is for you. And this one does show true lowercase. Color Computer 3 also supports multiple colors. Of course, we've been talking about the Color Computer 3. You saw it with Red Warrior. Let's see some more colors now. Look at that. Eight text screen colors available. You can even change the attributes, color, text screen, whatever you want. Look at that. White on green. A plethora of programmable options are available to you. And I'm not showing this because I expect you to program it. I'm showing you this because the software you're going to get for this machine, what you're going to go to your local Radio Shack and buy, or buy from me at the TJB Shopping Network, we'll be able to have complete control over this. There's also an 80-column mode for those of you with the CM8 monitor or its non-OEM companion, the Magnavox 8CM515. Also connects to the RGB port through the hideaway channel on the bottom of the machine. But folks, the Color Computer 3 also has graphics modes available, coming all the way up from 64 by 32 blocks in 8 colors, all the way to 640 by 225. I think I got that right. It's a lot of pixels by a lot of pixels, 6 something by 2 something. Oh, 640 by 192, that's it. But that's not fixed. With a flexible gimme chip inside, you can program it. That's why I don't know what the resolutions are. You can set the number of columns, or your software can. But we didn't come here to watch a program. We were talking about ease of use. How is this easy to use? Well, let's take a look at some software first, shall we? Let's take a look at Robocop. Now, I know what you're thinking to yourself. Robocop is a Nintendo classic, and I thought I saw another one in there. You did. You saw Rampage. Well, those are just conversions of Nintendo classics. Why would I want to buy a color computer when I could just buy a Nintendo Entertainment System? And folks, I'm here to tell you because the Nintendo won't do your filing. It's not your word processor, and all your kids are going to do is bleep bloop through Super Mario Brothers.
Robocop.
Did you hear that? The Color Computer's advanced sound capabilities, and if you didn't, I'm sorry, my capture device sucks and the lavalier mic didn't get it, just said Robocop. When you finish a level, it'll say, "Thank you for your cooperation." Let's see if I can get it to play real quick, and we'll take a look at the graphics, the sound. I used to be able to beat this game as a kid. Probably not now, but let's watch me pretend to play this game. You got it, the space bar, you dummy. Okay, punch, F for fire. Okay, good. See, the Color Computer is so easy. I didn't even need to look at the instruction book to play the game. I was just able to do it. Oh, we'll pick that up. Colorful graphics. Now, I'll tell you, if it looks wrong on your screen, I'm sorry. I'm playing on an RGB monitor here and didn't set it for the television setting, but believe me, it will look correct on your display no matter what you have. And I'm just going to shoot that guy right in the face. I don't know if you can hear it. Let's turn it up so you can hear. Listen to that digitized music soundtrack. Entertaining, engaging. Oh, took some health hits there. That's gaming, but you've seen gaming. You didn't come here to see gaming. Let's talk about productivity. What can the Color Computer do for you in terms of productivity? Well, the color computer can do for you what it does for a lot of other people. You can do finances, like this, but I want to file. I've got a stack of VHS cassettes, and folks, I don't know what to do about this. I keep acquiring more tapes, recording movies off of HBO and pay-per-view, like Viewer's Choice, and I just can't seem to keep track of all of my tapes. What can I do about that? Color File 2 is the program for you. So let's choose our color television here, 1, 8, and I can even save and load from cassette using the CCR81 that I mentioned, but let's create a new color file. I'm going to call this VHS. And you can see preset file types here: address book, warranty and home inventory, car maintenance, medical history, videotape directory, or you can create your own. If you want to catalog your grandmother's inappropriate sexual wooden dolls she makes every Christmas, well, you can do that with Color File 2. But I'm going to go with the videotape directory, thank you. Now what we're looking here isn't the ability to enter your data yet. This looks like it, but it's actually not. This is the Create Field Format screen. Here I can create the fields that I want so that I can get this done. But I already have my fields, so we're just going to add a tape here, so it looks like. So I'm going to exit by using the Alt key and any of these numbers at the bottom. Ease of use, but protects me from accidentally exiting the screen. Yes, I'll do that. And let's just look at, we can print, we can save and load. We have all the options that you might expect on a bigger, more grown-up computer here on the Color Computer 3. As you can see, I have no records. Let's add one. We're going to add Fargo. It's 87 minutes, I think. Recorded in SP, and it's a commercial tape. And it's 0. I'm sorry, the camera, program 1 here is stupid commercials. And it's at 0. The movie is at 245, not 2456. I think it's 0245. I've forgotten how to do this, but, and there we are. It's that easy. Once I'm done, I add the record. That's it. I can add more to my heart's content. I know what you're thinking, folks. What do I do? What do I do? Where do I start with the Color Computer 3? Where do I start? And folks, I'm here to tell you, where you start is wherever you want to start. Are you rolling in it? Buy the whole table. But you're probably like me and you're not. And so what you want to do, folks, is you want to pick up the Color Computer 3. Start with this. You could make a minimal investment in a cartridge or two, a program pack, and what you have is an endless supply of future gifts, future expansions, things to buy. Memory upgrades, 512K, 1 meg, 2 megs, even further. New games. Camera's over there, dummy. And then in addition to all the great software, old and new, for the Color Computer, the Color Computer is supported by print publications such as The Rainbow, the Color Computer Monthly Magazine, the big one, the indispensable, by Falsoft, revered by its readers. Additionally, we have magazines like Hot Cocoa, which you can also find the content later folded back into 80 Microcomputing Magazine, from whence it came. Or additional magazines available include 80 Microcomputing, for the Color Computer before Hot Cocoa, the Color Computer Magazine, Color Computer News, and a plethora of newsletters. In addition, an online community exists for the Color Computer that's unrivaled in the computer industry. Folks, you've got not one, two dedicated podcasts, one live, and an additional featuring on a third Tandy-related podcast. That's right, you've got the CoCo Nation, formerly CoCoTALK. You've got the CoCo Crew Podcast, the granddaddy of CoCo podcasts. And you've got TRS-80 Trash Talk. All are friendly. The Color Computer user is just as welcome as any other. All ready to have you, ready to help entertain, welcome you into the community. Because, folks, the Color Computer is about ease and friendliness in itself, in its hardware, and in its people. You tell me one reason why you shouldn't have a Color Computer right now. And the Color Computer is your gateway drug to future Tandy computers, folks. As your needs and skills grow, maybe you want to add a computer to your house. You don't want to replace the Color Computer. The Color Computer is irreplaceable, but maybe, just maybe, you want to add an additional computer to the house. Well, this will continue to serve you, preserving your investment for as long as you will let it. It's 2022 right now, and this thing has been preserving my investment since 1987. And it can preserve yours too, folks. Think about it. Instant loading program packs, cassettes, discs, everything you need is available for the Color Computer 3. cue there. So folks, this is my sales presentation on the Color Computer 3. Again, not for sale. Not really. This is mine. It will stay mine. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that this was actually an interesting way to do this. I'm looking over at my iPad, so I'm going to flip this back over so my shopping network thing is gone. I hope this was interesting. If this is something you want to see me do, by all means, let me know. I'll continue to do it. Hopefully my hamming gets less hammy and campy, and I can do a better job of learning my way through. I don't know if I can get the camera off here, but I'll show you. I'm kind of working on a heck of a setup here. So let's take a look around the computer room. This will be your behind the scenes for what we have. So you can see here, I've got my remote here. I've been flipping back and forth. I've been pointing with it. And over here I've got Q's 1 on a tablet sitting on the Apple II. And then of course I have, I don't know if I can get it far enough back, but my studio here. And this room is not that big, so it doesn't really lend itself. I have a light coming, but it didn't come. It got delayed, so I'm stuck using my corner lamp moved. So I'm going to apologize in advance for the production values on this, but those of you who watch my channel with any regularity, you know that production isn't my thing, and this is probably the most produced thing I've ever put together. And I've been thinking about this and dreaming about it for a while. If it sucks, tell me so in as many words if you need to, and I will never do it again. Not all my videos are going to be like this. I will get back to the technical stuff, but those of you who have been wondering where I've been, I've needed something to kind of reinvigorate. I'm hoping this will get me back. So if you want to see my other machines like this, let me know in the comments. If you don't think this format is suited for me, but you'd still like to see the other machines, let me know that too. And otherwise, until next time, when I don't know if we'll be doing another TJB Shopping Network or if we'll be doing a more technical video, I've got some projects on the docket. I thank you for watching me. If you don't want to see me on camera more and want me to just get back to being out of the camera, let me know that too. But until next time, I'm TJBChris, and since I actually did do this and had the stones to do it, I have a celebratory glass of wine that I haven't touched this whole time because I didn't think it would help. So cheers to next time. Thank you for watching, and to 2023. And for all the shout outs to the various community members and everything else. Have a good one.